Yes, so today I am going to be making a video about what is in my scrapping bag, so I have that right here. I'm just going to go through this bag that I actually found on the first time that I was ever going out scrapping. It was just like in this big box along with a bunch of other stuff that the household had thrown out, so I also got like a kind of lab kit that I use to store like beads and stuff in because I also make jewelry sometimes. I got 2 other canvas bags, this bag obviously that I now use to store my scrapping tools, and I also got a bunch of other things, but that was before I started my YouTube channel, so there isn't like any footage of it, but I did find this. So the first item that is in this bag is these clipper things. They're kind of old now, so we've like gotten new tools, but I still carry this around. This is just to like get wires and stuff, cut them out of like electronics that we might find and other stuff like that. These are just some scissors, again, in case we need to like cut some stuff off. Like they're good for like paper products that we might find or some like easily cuttable item that we might find, and so that's why I carry these around, because there's never like harm in carrying around something that you might not need, but in case you do need it, it isn't there. So I just carry scissors around, and they have come in handy before, so obviously they're a good thing to carry around. The next one is just this knife that is not wanting to come out, so okay. So this knife, again, it helps with like cutting off wire stripping or stuff like that, so that's why I kind of carry this around. It's a really helpful thing to carry around. I have used this quite a few times when we go out scrapping, so you know, in case you do need a knife or something, it's always helpful to carry it around. If you don't need it, then you just have it, but it's never hurtful to carry around something in addition just because you might want it or need it when you're out there. This is another one of those tools to like cut wiring and stuff. We have a bunch of these because we can't take the bigger electronics because we can't fit it in the car, or we can't really lift it either, so strip it of the wires as much as we can, so that is why I have so many of these. There's only 2 pictured here, but I do have more out in the garage and stuff, so I guess it's just because we really do need these. And the next is this screwdriver. It's really helpful to like get into things like the monitor that you guys saw a few weeks ago, or the DVR that you guys saw last week, I think. They're really helpful to get in and get those memory boards, sneak into like an old dishwasher or washing machine. Again, really helpful to go in, get the wiring board. This one's a little bit longer and it has like this kind of a top. This one's a little bit shorter and it's a little bit smaller. It has a similar kind of top. This one is a flat top and it's this long. This one is really short and it's kind of the same flat top. This one is really old, but it's a smaller flat top, still perfectly usable even though it's a little old. The next thing that I have in here is just this little magnifying glass. I actually won it at Fun Station a pretty long time ago, and by me saying I won it, it was really my mom who won it, but I pretended that I won it, so yeah. I got it at Fun Station like a really long time ago. I think I was 4, so like 14 or 15 years ago now. It's just this little magnifying glass, so you open up his like little tail thing, and then you have like this magnifying glass that pops out of it, and it's a really cool thing to carry around when you are going thrifting, which is something that I think I'm going to start recording for you guys, like showing you guys, because thrifting is another thing that's really like good and something that I enjoy doing a lot. So when you go out thrifting, you can like open this thing up and look at jewelry, like let's say this ring that I'm wearing. You can like look at that up close. You can see if there's any markings like the 925 for silver, or like a 14 or 22 or 18K for gold. You can see what company it is when it's like etched on into a little piece of like chain or something. If you do enjoy going out thrifting and you know stuff like that, I would heavily recommend that you invest in just a little magnifying glass. I think they're like $1 on Amazon sometimes. At the most, you can get one of the bigger ones for like 10. They're really cheap and they really will help you out when you go thrifting and stuff. So this one is from that monitor that you guys saw 3 or so weeks ago now. I forget when I uploaded it. This came out of that monitor, and there was another piece like this that we keep in the car in case I do forget like this bag, or it's just where you're going out somewhere, not really with the intention of scrapping, but we do come across something and we can like test it to see if it's like steel or iron based, something like that. This is just a little mirror. Yeah, I just carry that around. I don't really know why. I also have this pen in here, but just to like write down stuff, or like in case I need to do something like that while I'm out and about scrapping. So that's the explanation for that. The rest of this is another pen, and this is another tiny magnet, and this is just like a coin. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I carry around in this particular bag because it's a little bag. But these are all like really good items, like kind of necessities to carry around if you do go out scrapping, because they're helpful. You use them so much that it becomes like kind of second nature to have these things with you when you're just out and about. Like I said, all of this stuff you may or may not use. Well, you'll definitely use the wire cutters, you'll definitely use the magnets and screwdrivers, you'll definitely probably end up using the scissors. You know, some of the other stuff like the knife or something you might not use as much, but it is never like a bad thing to carry around with you. And this is just like the pack that I carry with me while I'm actually like scrapping and stuff. We have additional stuff in a bigger canvas bag that has a bigger set of cutters. We have like a bigger set of like a bolt cutter. I'm trying to get into, my mom and I are trying to order some cable cutters right now, so that is in the bigger bag. This is just kind of like what's in the little bag that we take when we go out scrapping and stuff. But yeah, like I said, all of this stuff is really kind of necessary if you're trying to get into scrapping, or if you're just, you know, starting out or something. You might not need like the knife, but you definitely do want to go to like Walmart or something and pick up like a $5 wire cutter or something, because that is definitely a very necessary tool to strip, you know, anything you might come across. You definitely want to invest in a magnet just so you can see what kind of metal you're dealing with, and to make sure that you're not like overloading yourself with like cheaper metals like tin or something, and you know, you run out of space carrying all of that, not being able to like keep all your copper or your like stainless steel or something like that, you know. So that is definitely a plus for that. And then of course screwdrivers are kind of self-explanatory. Whenever you actually get some stuff, you're gonna want to be able to actually go into that. So, you know, that's definitely like why it's important. The pen, and like I want to get some postcards or something, some note cards and post-its to put into here, just because I might want to like leave our info with somebody who says that they're gonna have like a bunch of stuff. In fact, a couple of months ago, forgive me, we did go to a neighborhood, and some person was like in the middle of moving, and they did say, hey, I can give you my information, I have a bunch more stuff that I'm gonna get rid of, you guys can have it. And we of course took their information, and we did go and get their stuff. So like I said, having like a pen and paper, or having like this and that is always going to be important to have when you're actually like going out and about. And it doesn't harm you to have it, because this thing is really lightweight. It's not that heavy, obviously, because it's lightweight. It's really like versatile in what it could have inside of it, and it doesn't really take a lot to just pack this stuff inside of it and keep it in like your car, or just remember to take it when you're going scrapping. It's easily carried because it's in a little bag. So yeah, that's just kind of what I wanted to put out there. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed that video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this video, or to my channel, so subscribe to my channel if you like this video. Also turn on the post notifications by hitting that little bell icon so that you can be aware of my future posts. I really hope that you guys have a good day, and bye.